Hello there, my Maple Leaf fans. Well, finally, the Maple Leafs is back in action tonight. I'll have highlights of that game tonight at midnight. They're playing against the Philadelphia Flyers. I'm going to take you to a short team briefing conference before tonight's game. I hope you enjoy this conference.
Emails and automation.
So back with Austin there, just what's been your feel like since you've been moved back up into that spot?
Obviously there's a couple of new looks with Mitch being out, and guys are playing with different guys, and everyone's kind of got to get more comfortable with playing with different people, and I feel good right now. I got Yarny on the right side tonight, so look to get on the forecheck and create some chances.
What does Yarncroft bring to that group that maybe might give a bit of a different feel?
Yeah, no, he's he's one of the hardest workers I played with. Likes to get in on the forecheck and create loose pucks, and we're both kind of going to be fighting for the number one forechecking spot tonight, and it should be fun.
Do you like as a player to get kind of a stretch of days off at a game here, or do you kind of like to go more quick and right back at it?
Sometimes, it's nice to play every other night, but I think we've kind of had a little bit of hard stretch there, so it's kind of nice to get those days, a couple practice, a couple days off, and just recharge and get ready for this final push.
What did you learn playing with Austin for a little bit early at the start of the season that can help you now in this second go-around with him?
Yeah, just trying to find open spots, trying to get him, the puck as much as possible, and get in front of the net, and he creates space for himself. So let him do his thing and try to find little areas.
How do you feel your games will complement each other? Because it does feel like there's a natural fit there with him being the shooter and you kind of loving life on the forecheck.
Yeah. Obviously, we haven't played together in a long time, so we had one game last game, and slowly got to build that chemistry and learn a little bit from last game and get better.
What have you learned about Bobby McMahon in your time here?
Yeah, I came here early in the summer, and he was still rehabbing, and he's put a lot of work in. It's really good to see a guy like that puts the extra work in. He's kind of come into his own towards the end of the season. He's playing really good hockey, and those guys should get rewarded, and he did.
You had a heck of a fight in Boston there. Just looking at some of the fights you've had, you tend to come out on top. Like how did you develop that?
I met my quota for the year. But yeah, I mean, sometimes, especially that game, things are getting chippy, and there's something happens. I don't know what happens, but I'm usually due for one or two a year, and so yeah.
Ryan Reeves was jealous of that you got the lefty in your holster there. How do you come up with that? It seems to catch guys off guard.
I don't. I fought a lot in junior my first 2 years. I don't know. I guess I like throwing lefty.
The extension yesterday. He's 27, but still relatively young in his career. How much more room do you see for him to grow and get even better?
I think there's lots of room. Obviously, as the more comfortable that he gets, he's he's played quite well here over the last few weeks. I think I said it the other day that I thought he leveled off a little bit, but seemed to have another real strong effort the other night that was a big part of our win in Montreal. So he's had these big moments that I think, as he gets more comfortable, you'll see more of them. I think in terms of the role he's been playing for us now, I think that's a good sign of what he is and what he will be through his career. But as he gets comfortable, as I've said here, I think you'll see more of the ability to get to the net and score and do the things that he showed to do very well in the American League.
What can Bert-
Sorry,
go ahead.
he talked about his growing confidence with each game that passes, and just kind of where he was to kind of what he's done now. Is he kind of like what other guys at the lower levels can kind of learn from in terms of what confidence can do along with your ability?
Yeah, I think that's a big part of it. I would say it's confidence and ability paired with elite work ethic, size and strength, power, like all these things that he has going for him. He checks a lot of boxes that you're looking for guys coming into the league, but you don't get to play in the league and come in as a 27-year-old rookie without really believing in yourself and staying with it and working incredibly hard. He's also fought through a number of injuries as well. He's had a hard time staying healthy. So, a lot of guys, quite frankly, with more ability than Bobby, they quit or they give up, and they don't have the same drive and same habits and same commitment to it. So this is obviously a very well-deserved and hard-fought for contract for Bobby.
Now that he's more comfortable, Bertuzzi, what's the key for him to have success beside Austin?
I think it's just about continuing to do what he does well and not overthinking it. That's the big part of it. The things that Bert does really well are the things that players that have success alongside Austin do, which is forecheck, make plays in tight spaces, create turnovers, be good around the net, go to the net and create more space for Austin and whether it's Mitch or whomever to do their work in the offensive zone. So he checks a lot of those boxes. So just do those things and do them well. Puck comes to you, make a play. When you got a chance to score, put it in the net. Like, those are all the things that Bert has the ability to do. So, I think we've been talking about this for a while now, about revisiting it at some point. I don't think Bert's game was in a good space early in the season when it didn't go well, and now it's worth giving it another go here. Obviously, we don't have Mitch alongside him, so it's a little bit different, but as I said the other day, I think when Nyes left the game in Boston and I put Bert there, it was just, the timing was right in that moment, of course, and then because we've been looking to experiment with it again, I just think just sticking with it a little bit here now makes sense.
When Mitch comes back, is that something you do want to re-envision as all three of those guys together at some point?
Yeah, I think so. We'll see how it goes here right now with how it is right here, and then take it from there with both how he's doing and then how the other lines around them are doing.
Tortorella serving the suspension, just in general, as a head coach, how disruptive would that be to a team to not have the head coach on a bench for a game?
Probably less so than you think. I think a lot of the work that goes into coaching is done before the games, in between periods, and practice days, and all those kind of things. They've got great coaching staff over there that's very capable, and towards voluntarily stepped off the bench last year, and gave lots of experience to those guys. So didn't seem to affect him the other night, and I'm sure it won't here today either.
What do you want your group to remember about that last game against Philadelphia going into this one?
Just it's how tough it is to get to their net. They're going to defend well. They're not going to beat themselves. And then also their resilient group, they stayed with it to the end, came back on us. They've got a lot of really good elements to their game that have allowed them to have success this season and build confidence. And the young players have come a long way, and they believe in what they're doing. So certainly going to make you fight for everything that you're trying to accomplish.